Hello big adventurers, welcome to the second vlog of our winter getaway in Chiang city in Thailand. Today we're gonna be hiking on the Pilgrim trail that goes to Suthep temple, which is located on Suthep hill. Let's get started! Altitude 554 meters above sea level. This location is where dry dipterocarp forest transitions into a hill Evergreen Forest. You can see the difference in forest formations and plant species composition from the dry dipterocarp forest where you start. There the soils are composed of gravel and laterite. And here the soil type is the sandy clay which retains more water. That's the reason why the evergreen forests are bigger and more dense than the dipterocarp forest. Many dipterocarps drop their leaves during the dry season, while over here the evergreen forest never drop their leaves. And here we got to this Buddhist place with these temples and other structures. You can't make someone else's choices, so you shouldn't let someone else make yours. Follow your heart. Sometimes it's very hard to move on, but once you move on, you will realize it was the best decision you ever made. Alright, and over here we are getting to the bigger road which we have to cross and continue more up. Spot is also on maps.me application if you want to be 100% sure where to go. And over here you can see this patch of woods more deforested, and it's for the electric poles that are coming from the big Suthep temple. And after that the path continues more along these wires, which is not as nice as the single trail. And over here we heard and then spotted some monkeys, which was really surprising. I didn't know they live up here in the Suthep forests. As we're getting higher, we see some really tall and big trees which could be up to 100 years old, which are great for absorbing CO2 and holding a lot of water. Right, and after quite a steep ascent we are getting out on the bigger road again. At this point we are not far from the Suthep temple, and you can either go straight through the main road where you have to watch out for cars, or you can go like us on the right through more forest. And in a few minutes you will enter this Suthep village where monks live, but this is not the way how tourists get to the temple. And over here we got up to this viewpoint where you can see a nice view of the Chiang Mai city. Alright, and here we're getting down to the main road with these dragon stairs. As you can see, there's a lot of people here. This is how most people get up to the temple. Alright, and here we're having lunch of sweet potatoes and some vegetables right by the main road at the temple. And this reminded us of a time we were cycling up here with other vegans when there was this Road Till 4 vegan festival. Since then we don't do as much road cycling because we find it quite dangerous with all this traffic here. So that's why we prefer hiking, trail running and mountain biking. Alright, so over here you can see how we made a loop. So we went here on the right, got to the back of the Suthep temple, and then we went around and got back here with the main road. And here we are stopping at this very interesting tree. So it has a split trunk at a very high point, so it's like a gate. This tree must be also very old, maybe 100 years old, but it looks very spectacular and special. So I just wanted to fly a drone from up there, but it said I couldn't take off because there was a restriction area for the airport. So I didn't know that it's connected like that. I always thought that you can just press like a button, fly on your own responsibility, but I could not do that. There was some authorization process, something, but I didn't want to go through that, so interesting. Okay, we just finished. So how much does it take all the way up to the Suthep temple?
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half. And down maybe 1 hour or so, right? So it's a good trail. So stay tuned for future videos from Thailand. And as always, stay healthy and stay adventurous.